Welcome to the Thick and Spooky Ghouls podcast, where we discuss all things strange, paranormal, and unexplained.
These episodes are live recorded on Twitch and cut to fit Spotify's format. If you want to catch us live, we do our podcast once a month on Twitch.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, we said good afternoon because today is a special day. Today is actually Succubus's birthday, so we're having an earlier stream so I can have some dinner with my lovely sister. So, we're just getting the episode a little earlier, and maybe Meso won't have to be yawning at the end of the podcast because it's super late where she's at, and I'm like just chilling here. So, it makes it easier. Yeah, happy birthday to the feaster! Aw, hello, my beautiful waifu Meso. Thank you for those biddies, highly. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the love. And then, yes, shout out the beautiful birthday girl who is also streaming. She's also streaming earlier today, so she can also be free for dinner tonight. So we're having some hot pot for dinner, and I'm really excited for it. And then yesterday I celebrated my birthday party. My birthday was on Thursday, but I celebrated my birthday party yesterday, and oh boy, was it loads of fun. And we'll talk about it during the Ghoulish Bites segment. So today is a special episode. It is our actually first Valentine-ish episode, just a little Valentine's-y. And yeah, my mom was trying to hold off so that me and her would be bored, me and her would have the same birthday. And my sister was not excited about it, and apparently neither was I. And so apparently I came busting out. So my mom went into labor and then went to the hospital, and not more than like an hour or two later, I was immediately born. I was ready to come out. So yeah, imagine being me, but imagine like having Valentine's Day and your birthday in the same month, in the same week, every freaking time. And it just sucks. They're Cockroach Twins. Thank you, Team Medic. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Yes. So let's go. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here and say hello to the beautiful Meso Thorny. We're so happy to have her back. And today is a special episode of just me and my waifu Meso, and we are covering the most Valentine-ish episode that we've gotten. I think that it's gonna be fun. Mine's a little bit romantic, hers is a little bit romantic, but also kind of it's not exactly that we're focused on on Valentine's Day, but I'm excited. She was, you were 3 days apart. Yeah. So yeah, me and my sister. So yeah, birthdays are very close, and then my birthday and Valentine's Day are very close. So I get stock gifts all the time, stack on stack. Same gift for both holidays. Oh well. But how are you, my beautiful Meso? I'm glad to see you. You look great.
Oh, stop. You look great. You look stunning, as usual. No surprise there. Just giving kawaii rainbow bright. I love it.
Okay, so I don't know, lately I've just been into like retro patterns and the retro colors. So I definitely have an aesthetic that I've been dipping into for a bit. And and I've been wearing a lot of Christmas sweaters, and it's starting to warm up, so not as many Christmas sweaters. And boy, do I love your sweater.
It's so cold here.
I know.
Thank
so
you.
Sorry.
It's still freezing here.
I know. I really love that sweater, though. It's so cute. But yes,
so
we are.
Cute.
It's funny that we are completely opposite aesthetics. Yeah.
I love a good combo wombo.
Wombo combo. But yeah, so
that's right.
We had a couple episodes published prior to this one. So we had a special Valentine's Day episode that came up in February 14th. So if you wanted to listen to that, if you haven't, please check it out on YouTube and Spotify. We're also going to discuss it a little bit at the Ghoulish Bites today. But any news for us, my lovely Meso?
Sort of. So obviously you know that even without this news in particular, I work a lot of hours just because my husband's the manager, and if he's there, I'm there, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we also found out that we are approved for a home loan. So we are going to be saving like crazy this year, and this time next year, hopefully buying a house. That's the goal, at least. Because we didn't even think we'd
Hopefully,
get approved, but
hopefully
surprise.
a house with central heating, I'm hoping.
Oh God, that'd be so great. Because we're gonna suffer in this shithole for another year,
Oh my
which
god.
I hate, but it'll be worth it because it'll allow us to save more than if we tried to like rent somewhere else. So fingers crossed, one more year,
I
baby.
know.
But we're shocked we even got approved.
I'm kind of sad that you
So it's gonna
guys
be
weren't.
a lot of scrunching.
I'm really sad that you guys weren't able to get that by this year because I feel like this is one of the coldest winters you guys have had
Yeah,
there. So it's like the
it
worst winter to
sucks.
not have central heating. Ugh.
Technically, we could have probably scraped enough to do it in July, but we wouldn't have had a nest egg or like as much down as we wanted. Because
Yeah.
again, we applied just wondering, like we didn't think it was gonna happen, and then it did, and we're like, oh shit! So if we save for another year, we'll have a nice nest egg and a lot more to put down to help with the monthly payments. So we're gonna suffer for another year in this shithole. Hopefully, it's only minimally shitty, and the trains are gonna keep me awake for another year. But god damn it,
Oh.
hopefully, fingers crossed. We're gonna be cutting a lot of. My hair's probably gonna be blonde again at some point, unless Volker can help me
Pay for it.
bleach it because I'm be cutting a lot of unnecessary expenses out, and it's expensive. So I'm like,
I mean,
but fingers crossed.
I do notice that I've saved a lot more money
It's
since
expensive.
I've gotten rid of like coloring my hair. I haven't like I
Yeah,
stopped coloring my hair about almost a year ago because I stopped cutting my hair and stopped
I
coloring
love
my
your
hair
natural hair
as of
color though.
April. Yeah, I've got black hair to like yeah. So yeah, this
Yeah, I
is
think that's the
actually
longest I've ever seen
it's
your hair like
yeah. So I haven't
with
cut my hair
us.
since April last year. And this is like remember I had the side shave and yeah,
Yeah,
it's this is the side that was side shaved and as you can see the length is there now.
it's
So
pretty even. I'm surprised it's as even as it is with the other side. Because when I did
oh,
my side shave, it was like sticking out, like a crazy maniac.
I've also been cutting my own hair.
It looks really good. I see. I'm still gonna get my hair cut because I'm not talented like that. No one wants to see that, but I'm
I
probably not gonna
wouldn't
dye
say
it. I hate it.
I wouldn't say I'm talented at it.
It looks
I
great
got
though.
by. I got by with it, but
Your
it's been
bangs look so cute.
yeah, that's the one thing I constantly cut. I haven't cut it in like a couple weeks, but I think it's time to cut it again because it's starting to get to I like to keep them like right above my eyebrows and then once they start growing
Right.
past the eyebrows and they start like covering my eyes is when I start cutting them. So, yeah,
Which
it's time
makes
to cut them
sense.
again. All right. So, guess what? We're going to do something
What?
different. You're going to start the podcast today. You're going to cover a
Ooh.
topic today.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm really excited for your topic and I'm excited for my topic and let's see how this wraps into some Valentine's energy.
My nose just flashbanged me. Now I look like I'm glowing in the dark. That's fine.
I've got
That's
sunlight
fine.
right
Don't mind me. I'm a ghost.
I've got sunlight coming in over here, then I've got sunlight coming in over here, so it's just like I think I need a
It's the
light right
white
here.
background.
The white
I
background
like
on
your
your
light. Your
notes.
lighting is real nice. Yeah, it's just like, and I got the Erica Kirk eyes right now because my eyeshadow is like, mirror,
Don't
like
ever insult
freaky
your
blue
don't
demon eyes.
don't ever insult yourself that way ever again. I'm
I'm sorry, I don't have my pyrotechnics.
it's not just one demon. I'm sorry that there is thousands inside, like maybe 12 inside that
Shoved in
one.
there.
There's got
Yeah,
to be 12.
really
Goodness
stuffed in
gracious.
there.
Oh my god. Like
Okay, let me open this.
every time her eyes go wide, you know it's a different demon trying to
There's switching personalities right there, buddy. Oof. Scabby. I don't
different
like
demon.
her.
Too many demons. Yeah, I don't like her. No.
Sorry, there's a stink bug and he just flew and scared the shit out of me.
What do stink bugs do? Why are they called stink bugs?
He because they have a defensive mechanism to where if you like grab them or smush them, they can like goo like a stinky
Okay, so
like material.
it's not like what I
It's like
saw.
an irritant.
It's not like what I imagined. I imagined them being like bugs that do a drive by and then they hit you with like a strong smelling
Little
gas.
stink like a
Yeah,
skunk.
like a
Yeah.
skunk, but apparently
No,
no.
you have to like fuck with them. And where I'm at, we get them every year all the time, and they love to go up on like the window seals and the corners of the ceiling because they fly, and then they'll just fucking die up there. And I'll be cleaning off the window seals and like washing my curtains, and it'll be like, oh, a couple dead stink bugs. That's cool. I don't know why they love us so much, but they like to fly around and terrorize me
You guys
and
don't
startle
have
the shit out of
cicada.
me every
You
time.
guys don't get cicadas there, do you?
We get cicadas. We get the broods. I think everybody gets the broods, but we get a little bit of cicadas every year, and I love cicadas. Every time we have a big brood of them, when they hatch a bunch of them, I go outside and I'm like, oh look at them! And I like pick a bunch off the sidewalk because they're stupid, and they'll just like lay on the sidewalk. I'm like, please stop! You're killing yourself! Please stop! And I'll like put them on the trees, and everybody stares at me like I'm a mad woman because I love them, and they'll just be screaming as I pick them up. And I'm like, no, 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 you're good.
Oh,
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm helping. I'm helping you.
do you see
Let me
this?
help
Do
you.
you see this thing right here? Do you see this?
Oh, baby.
Do you see her? Oh, she just jumped off. Anyways, my stuffed toys have been abused and beaten up since we got the puppy because she jumps like she comes in from the doggy door, right? And then she launches herself on the side of this thing and then she runs across my stuffed toys and pushes them all on the ground. And then I've caught her numerous times chewing on one of them. I got really mad because she got a hold of the one that, where is it? Okay, she got a hold of the one that, okay, I'm moving it. She got a hold of the one that Baguette made me, and I can't.
Oh no. Naughty
This is
little
the one that
Millie.
Baguette made me, and yeah, she had this in her mouth a couple times. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad.
Its face.
Yeah, do you see
That's
how cute it
hilarious.
is? Yeah, so this was like a
It's
gift.
so cute.
Yeah. Oh, and her
Baguette and all her talents.
Yeah, she's very talented. Oh, this was my birthday gift from her. Oh, it is so beautiful, girl. It's a pin. It's a brooch. Look how beautiful it is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
It's so cute.
Look at it. But yeah, this is her
It's
art.
stunning. I love the colors together.
Yeah, this is her artwork, and then she put it on a brooch setup for me. But look how pretty it is. And it's clay. It's made out of clay, like her usual stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Polymer
She's so
clay.
dang talented, dude.
She really is. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I put it on yesterday. It's very cute.
But it kind of goes with the vibe. I feel like with the colors it has, it can go with a lot of different outfits.
Oh,
nice.
well, I love, like for me, I'm a rose gold and copper. Like my favorite metals are rose gold and copper. I just love that color. So, sorry, carry on. I was saving my stuffed toy from
No, you're
the dog.
great. What's the puppy's name?
Oh, so we call her Gigi, but her name is Gidget. Hello, birthday
Gidget?
girl.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, her name is Gidget, and you'll we first we weren't sure on Gigi. It was Gigi for a while, but my sister said Gidget, and I'm like, that's kind of a weird name. But then after hanging out with the puppy for quite a bit and seeing how crazy she is in the backyard and how she's
Gidget
not
works.
she is not a lady. Okay, let's just say she is not a lady. she is not poised. She is not elegant. She is not graceful. She is a down and dirty, cute little puppy that loves to run all over the place, has caused quite a bit of water coming in from our house because when it's raining, she likes to go outside and play in the backyard in the rain. So after getting to know her, I'm like, Gidget is the perfect name for her because she's so it. Because for me, I was thinking her name would be something sporty, something tomboyish because she gives that vibe, and yeah, it's right. I love her, but she's
very relatable.
Except for she abuses my stuffed toys.
Except for that.
Except for that part.
Except for that part. That's hilarious. She gets along good with the kitties?
No.
Oh no.
That's another conversation. That's another conversation. But
no.
But Nevaeh is so good. Like Nevaeh is so good with her. Like she is the most patient. Like I feel like she reminds me of Nana from Peter Pan. She's just so caring. Like she takes care of the kittens when she can, and she's been babysitting the puppy. Like she plays with the puppy, she's babysitting, but it also made us realize that she is older, and we're realizing that she's older because she's looking at us like she's exhausted
So
from taking
stressful.
care of the baby all day.
She's like, she's got a lot of energy, this one. Oh, what a
All
good
right.
girl.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
girl.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. There was a lot of interruptions there. Hot topic. Yes, hot topic. What is your hot topic?
All right. Well, today's little hot topic. I wanted to do a yokai. 'Cause it's been a little bit since I did a yokai. You know, I love me a yokai. So I try to find one that it's not like directly Valentine's-y, but it's like a romance, romantic tragedy, even. Because that's just how it be with these. But
You remind me
this
of
is the
my drink.
Tsurara.
I'm
Oh,
drinking. I'm drinking a
it
miso.
matches me.
I'm drinking a miso.
Oh,
Oh,
I
sorry. I'm
blush.
like
Oh
drinking. I'm like
my.
drinking my soda, and I saw miso, and I'm all like, "Wait, I'm drinking a miso right now." Sorry, carry on. My
I
bad.
love that.
Okay, so
I
you said
I love
yokais.
that. Yes. This is the now you know me, I'm not gonna pronounce it right, so I have a little
Cheat
breakdown over
sheet.
here that I'm gonna look at for a second. Tsurara Onna. Tsurara Onna. Which there's a couple versions of the Tsurara Onna. Again, please God, if I'm saying this wrong, I'm so sorry. You're just gonna have to buckle up and hear it 300 times.
Oh,
But
do you
the
mean?
stories all
Wait, is it Sasori or Surara? Is it Surara?
so when I look up the breakdown, it says so ra ra una. So sorora. I'm probably not saying it fast
It's
enough, but
I think it's
sorora una.
whatever. I think it's Tsurara Onna, but we'll go with that.
Sorara, yeah,
Tsurara Onna. It starts with a T. I was like spelling it with an S, and I'm like, that's
yeah,
wrong. Okay.
yeah. But I say it starts with a T, but you don't say the T, which I think is pretty common with a lot of the yokai. I feel like there's a lot that have like a T that you don't actually say. So I had to look it up because I was like, Torora? And they're like, no, they're like, Sorara. And I was like, oh, Sorara. Okay, yeah.
That sounds good,
I had
actually.
to listen
That
to it 300 times. Tsurara Onna, which stands for Icicle Woman. Literally, it's Icicle Woman. The stories are all very similar, like I said. They start out the same. A lonely man gazes out of the window, or he's walking outside in the middle of winter, and he is just enthralled by the beauty of, icicles that are hanging off of his eave, or like off a house. And I've seen a lot of really pretty icicles, so that's fair. You're like, oh, that's a crazy cool, pretty icicle. And as
wait.
he stares
What?
deeply into the
Hold on.
crystals,
What movie was it where like he gets hit in the face with an icicle? Oh, it's the Christmas Story where he lies to his parents about him accidentally shooting himself with a BB gun, and so he said
and
that
then,
an
yeah,
icicle fell on his eye.
I would say Jack Frost, because I'm pretty sure in the spoof of the Snowman movie, that's a horror movie, he stabbed somebody with an icicle. So I was like, maybe it's that.
No, I'm just
Not a
like,
great movie.
it just made me think of you saying him looking at the icicles, and I'm all like, don't look too close, buddy. You're gonna get it in the
Yeah,
eye.
don't get underneath it, bro.
Welcome in, Roddy. Welcome in, Sassy.
Hi, Sassy. Hi, Roddy. But
Sorry.
yeah, so as he's staring deeply into this crystal icicle structure, he's lonely. He's wishing he could meet a woman as beautiful as the icicles that he's looking at to, ease his loneliness and his pains. And just like magic, because it is magic, a beautiful woman, more beautiful than he can ever imagine, shows up at his door the next day. She shows up seeking refuge from this massive snowstorm. The man lets the beautiful woman in, because of course he does, and they fall in love very quickly, mind you. The woman decides she's never gonna leave, and they become a couple. And as they become a couple, they decide to become married very quickly. Again, very quickly. There's all in the span of one winter. And in old Japan, there was not a ceremony necessary for this. They just decided we're married, and bada bing, bada boom, you're married. So they become husband and wife.
Okay.
And life is really good for a while. They're having this amazing, deep romance. It's a whirlwind of love and sudden, it's just very sudden, very quick. It's just all
So
happening all at once, but they're very happy.
it started hot and heavy and strong, is what you're saying.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. Very strong, like magic. And the man's new wife is very attentive. She's loving. She's everything he ever could have wished for, or hoped for. But things start going wrong because, just like with yokai and a lot of other folklore in general, there's rarely a happy ever after, right? And this is where the Tsurara Onna tales kind of fork. They go different directions depending on where you live, what region of Japan you're in. So fork, the first story, is that the man is overjoyed by his new wife, but he's kind of worried too. He notices that she's never really taken a bath, even when it's really
Oh.
really cold. She doesn't take a bath, she doesn't shower, and so he's worried about her cleanliness and her health. So he keeps encouraging her like, "Hey, you should take a bath," which makes logically that makes sense. You're like, "Hey, you good?" Like it's been the entire winter and you've not gotten in the bath. So I'm a little worried. And he's like, you don't need to be worried about it. You don't need to be shy or bashful or anything, or ashamed. We're married. We're together. I love you. Just get in the bath. But she fights it for a while, and eventually she gives in. And he draws her this nice warm bath, and he leaves her to enjoy her soak. After hours pass, though, he becomes really worried. He's like, "Where is she? Is she okay? Did she fall asleep in the bathtub?" So he goes to check on her, but he finds the tub empty, with only frozen shards of shattered icicles laying around the perimeter of the bathtub. And these too slowly melt away. And this version of the tale is most often found in Tohoku region, including Amori and Nagata prefectures. Again, so sorry, I know I'm butchering those pronunciations, but that's just me, baby. But there's some variety to this depending on the prefecture. For example, in Yagamata prefecture, the woman does not go to a bath, but into the kitchen to heat up some hot sake for her husband. And after a long wait, he goes in to the kitchen to find her. He's like, "Where's my woman? Where's my sake? What's going on?" And he finds the shattered icicles all over the place. In the Akita prefecture, the version has the husband and wife taking care of a young woman. So there's a husband and wife already, and they're taking care of a new woman instead of a bride, like a young woman that shows up at their doorstep. So this one diverts pretty significantly in the sense of like it wasn't a man wishing for a wife, but it's just a husband and wife who come across a needing young woman. But the results are the same. They convince her, "Hey, we noticed you haven't taken a bath. You can take a bath here. You're safe. Go on, take a bath, take a bath." And she does against her wishes, and away the young traveler goes into ice shards around the tub.
So
So
you
this
can't
is
get
a
this one wet.
no, because
This is a
she is
wife you
quite
cannot get
literally an
wet.
icicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Not allowed in the
You
steam
can't get her
room.
warm and you can't get her wet.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Which may be an issue later on, you know what I'm saying? But no, really you can't. Don't
Don't.
let her get warm.
Yeah.
Don't get hot and heavy with her
You
because she
will
will
lose
melt.
her. She will literally
You will
disappear.
lose her.
You will
Yeah.
lose her.
She will melt and be gone. And that is no fun for anybody. So yeah, she's like literally the name translates even to icicle woman, like I said. She's quite literally an icicle woman. So if you get her hot, you get her too hot and wet, she will melt.
Yikes.
So not great. But yeah, so the story kind of diverts, whether it's her warming up sake or taking a bath, or she's like a young traveler looking for shelter. Either way, she ends up melting, and just leaving ice like broken shards of icicle around where she once was. And once those are gone, she's gone. But this is the other fork of the story
Ooh,
that
okay.
kind of tells a different tale entirely. So, a man wished with all his heart, like before, that he could find a beautiful woman as beautiful as icicles hanging from his roof, right? That's the same. But suddenly, he hears a knock at his door, a woman's voice calling out, and it was beautiful and clear as the ice he was staring at. Just absolutely amazing. And she says, "Excuse me, I was traveling along this road, but snowstorm became too fierce, and I could not journey any further. May I lodge at your house for the night?" And of course he accepts. He is more than excited to be like, "Hell yeah, you can stay with me," you know.
Yeah.
And he worked hard to make sure she was as happy and comfortable as possible. And several months later, the woman was still staying at the house. In fact, she and the young man had fallen deeply in love, which, again, similar to last. And she forgot about her journey entirely. She decides to stay there, and they get married, and they're very happy together. And here, in this story, the husband does not coax his wife into a bath, or even ask her to retrieve a hot sake for him or anything. Instead, they pass the winter in complete bliss. They're so happy, they're madly in love, and spring comes around, and the temperatures start to warm up. And he notices his wife is starting to get really anxious and kind of, antsy about the whole thing as it gets warmer and warmer, which he finds, very strange, but he just kind of chalks up to her being quirky, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
and one day he's like, she's an odd little bird, that's fine. But as it gets warmer, she gets more anxious, and one day he wakes up and finds her gone. The door of their house is wide open, and the last of the winter winds are blowing through, but his wife is nowhere to be found. And he's heartbroken. He's searching all over town. He's asking everybody. He's literally anyone he can find. He's asking, like, "Hey, have you seen my wife?" There's no sign of her, though. He can't find her anywhere. And eventually he accepts that she's gone, that she left him after using him for shelter through the winter. So he thinks that she has used him, that she never loved him, and that she's, gone. She was just trying to find somewhere to stay for the winter to, be safe and stay warm.
Yeah.
So he moves on with his life and he meets a new woman and he falls in love. And then summer comes and he moves his new wife into his house. And again, new wife, living in bliss. He's moving on.
He needs to stop
But
wishing
then
for
winter
some icicle
comes.
girls. Like, he needs to stop wishing for him, damn it.
Yeah. And but saying this new one is just like a normal woman. He could just waited. He could just waited and found her, but whatever. I guess, wish for your icicle, babe. But, you know, him and his new wife are all snuggled up in their house. They're happy. Mwah, 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 and they're enjoying the summer and the fall's happening, but then winter comes and the world freezes over again. And the man notices a really, really weirdly large icicle forming on his roof. He's like, that's weird. That's a huge icicle." And he's really fascinated by it. And he goes outside to look because he's like, I gotta check this out. That's the biggest icicle I've ever seen. But then there's suddenly a knock at his door, and there she is, his former wife,
Oh,
and
fuck.
she is pissed. She is livid, man. And she's like, you replaced me. And she, how could you do that? You replaced me with another woman. And he said, I searched for you every day. What is the meaning of this? How could you just vanish like that without a word? And she replies, people have different circumstances, but we promised to love each other forever. You said our bond was
Oh.
as long and as solid and beautiful as the icicles hanging from your roof, and yet you've remarried. And inside the house, the new wife hears her husband shrieking in agony. So she rushes outside and finds him dead with a large icicle piercing through his
Oh.
eyeball into his brain.
Yikes. Okay. Wow. She was
And that is she was pissed.
she was not happy. She was
Be
just
careful what
like,
you wish for.
mm-mm. You said
Literally, be
forever.
careful what you wish for. You said forever.
You said forever.
And that is the that is the angrier version of the Tsurara Onna tale.
I like it.
And
I
this
like
one
it.
is finally most right. That one was a little
I like
spicy.
that one.
I like that
I
one.
like
Of course,
that
with
one a
the
lot.
train.
Hey,
Our third
train.
thick and spooky ghoul, the train.
Hi,
Yes,
train.
of course.
I should just start adding the train to the credits. But once you move out, maybe. Oh no!
We
Once
really
you
need
move
to.
out, once you move out, our poor train is no longer be able to feature in our podcasts.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna be so devastated. But yeah, this one is found mostly in Nagata Prefecture, and really that's all the information there is about the Tsurara Onna. And it's a little short, but I thought it was a fun little like dark romance, little be careful what you wish for yokai. And I have one picture, which if you want to bring that up, Daku, it's kind of the one that's behind me, but you can't really see it very well behind me. But
oh, she's lovely.
yeah, she is until she's not.
Well, she melts during the summer, you know.
Right? And then she gets real pissed off if you move on. Which I want to say, I get why she was mad, but also you could at least wrote a note.
Right? Been like, I'm sorry. I have to leave for the season. I will be back. Like,
yeah, right? Do
I
not
feel
marry
like
anyone else.
I feel like you shouldn't have murdered him without having a conversation. And maybe communication is what they both lacked. That's the problem. The communication wasn't communicating.
But she was a wished for yokai spirit magic creature, so you kind of get what you wish for on that one.
Well,
don't wish her into existence, I guess.
So I actually thought you were covering a different yokai. So I didn't know that this yokai existed. I thought you were going to covering the Yuki Onna, which is the Snow Woman. So that's what I thought you were covering. But no, I've never heard of the Icicle Woman before. Wowza.
Yeah, she's the first time I've heard of her too, and I was like, that feels fitting. I like this.
I like the story.
It gets a little shorter, but
it's okay. And then we just want to say happy Valentine's Day with that one. Because wow.
Yeah.
That
Which version did you like more?
I like the one where she comes back and murders him. I like that one a lot.
Me too. I like when she stabs him.
I feel like it was deserved. Yes, she didn't leave a note, but you also didn't give yourself time. Like, you didn't even give it a year.
He moved on fast.
Yeah, you didn't even give it a year.
It was like a week.
You wish for her, and then she's there, and then she just disappears, and then you just decide, oh, okay, and you move on. Like, oh my god, I'm
real fast. And he married a new lady and had her moved in, and they were, madly in love again by the next winter. So it's not even like a whole year before you fully moved on, which is crazy.
A woman scorned.
My man moved fast.
Yeah, so you know what? Fuck him. I feel like it was deserved. I think it was deserved.
That's right.
Like, yeah, she should probably have, I don't support, her murdering guys, but they kind of deserved it, so.
They say he got a real close look at that icicle. Real close.
Up close and personal, looked right at it until it landed and stabbed him in the heart and killed him. I love it. I love that. I love yokais, though. They're so weird, but so fun.
Interesting. There's so many, too.
Mm-hmm. Like, I also like the Japanese ghost stories when they talk about, the weird shit, like the red toilet paper, where you go into the stall, and if you see a red toilet paper, you're toilet paper roll, you're dead, because, I don't know. I have to do some coverage on that, but they have some crazy...
I've never heard of that one.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, there's some, I actually really like, Japanese yokai, and I really like the Japanese ghost stories a lot. And there was an anime that I used to watch called XX Holic, and Basically, it's a lady that runs an antique shop, but each episode you get to explore like a new yokai or a new ghost story. And so each episode is like a little peek at the different collection of ghost stories that they have. And I really, really like it. So
I love
it's one of my
that.
favorites. And I like the theme song too. Like I have the theme song that I sometimes play in my car. So XX Holic. Yeah. So XX Holic
I have to check that out,
XX.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send yeah, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So let's go ahead and take our first break. And then did you want to say anything else before we take our break? Anything about relating to
No,
the
I know it's a
yokai?
little short. I tried to find, she doesn't really appear too much. She appears in a couple of animes, but she's really not like a super talked about one. But so I
Well,
maybe want to talk about her more.
I had never heard of her. So it's called the Tsurara. Let's see. Hold on. I wonder if she showed up in any of the Studio Ghibli things. Because remember, a lot of the things that we covered, I'm like, oh yeah, they were in Studio Ghibli. Tsurara Onna. Let's see if there's any in Studio Ghibli's films. Oh, it does not. It does not get mentioned there. So, yeah, it's a lesser known one, I guess. Like I said, I knew about the
Yeah, I was gonna
Snow
say
Woman. I did not know about the Icicle Woman, but I like it.
I think they're pretty similar because I remember seeing the Snow Woman mentioned, but I didn't look into it too far, so I have to see how similar they
You know, you know,
are. Oh no.
you know. But yeah, okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the first part of the podcast. We had the lovely Meso Thorny covering the Tsurara Onna. It's been a while since we've covered a yokai, so it's really, really great that we covered some yokais. I need to figure out what my topic is for on March. I need to figure that out. Hello, Roll to Toki. Welcome in, welcome in. How are ya? But yes, so we covered the Tsurara Onna. Let's go back into the chat with the lovely Miso. We covered the Tsurara Onna, aka the Icicle Woman, which is one that I haven't actually heard of. So apparently a lot of people haven't. So it's a pretty new one. So that's a lot of fun. We are doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited to see my beautiful Miso here. I had a fun birthday
I'm excited to see
party.
you.
Yeah, I had a fun birthday party yesterday. It was a good time. It's a good time, and it's good to have good friends. And yeah, we just chilled out, and it was a really cool vibe. And then I got some really cool gifts. Oh, big yawn. Oh, I apologize for that yawn. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what that means. It's time for me to open my energy drink, which is have you tried this one yet, Miso? It's the Bad Apple juice monster. It's
I have
really
not.
good.
I've been drinking a lot of the Ghost Energy.
Mm, don't like that one. Nope, it's not for me. But I do like the Monster Pina Colada. That one's really, really good. Or no, it's a Rockstar. It's a Rockstar Pina Colada, and then this is the Monster Bad Apple. Those are the two that I have currently been into. Mm. Oh, so it's my turn, right? I have to do my part now.
Yes.
You did your part, now I got to do my part, and who am I kidding? I'm really excited to talk about my topic,
Look at
actually.
that script. I'm
I'm
excited to hear about it.
I'm really excited about it. I've been wanting to cover it, but I couldn't figure out a proper date to do it. And I feel like, you know, Valentine's month, my birth month, is a good choice for it. But I'm actually covering something in Filipino mythology. As you guys know, I'm half Filipino and half white. We'll just simplify that genetic thing. Half white, half Filipino. But yeah, I actually grew up in the Philippines, and uh I am getting more and more attuned to like things that I didn't learn when I was a kid. So I'm paying more attention, and I'm doing more research on my own culture, as like maybe it's because I'm older and I'm just like I don't know much about my own culture. I know that like I knew about what I knew there, but there's so much about like history that I didn't understand because I was raised in
Right.
the Christian Catholic part of the Philippines as well. So like I didn't get to explore everything that that isn't from like the original. I tell I'm half Filipino because they come half for me. I hope not. But yes, I do love covering my history. Actually, my sister gave me this gift for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's the do you guys know what the sun in the Filipino flag is? So this is actually the Filipino sun.
Oh,
And yeah, so she got me this beautiful necklace, and I've been wearing it almost every day. My Bastet pendant's still behind it, but yeah, I was excited to sport it today so you guys can see it. But it's a beautiful one. She
I
has,
love it.
yeah, she has a matching one as well. She has a matching one, and I just really, really like it. But I am going to be covering basically Malakas and Maganda. And for those of you guys that don't know, Malakas means strong, Maganda means beautiful, but this is the Filipino creation story. And this is the story prior to the colonialism that happened. So basically, it was changed in time, but we'll get to that. So I'm going to be covering the Filipino creation story. So most people know the biblical story of creation based on like Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and the forbidden fruit and the serpent that convinced her to eat fruit from the tree of knowledge and then they were kicked out. So everybody, like, if not everybody, most people know the creation story based on the Bible, right? So I wanted to cover the Filipino creation story, which, like I said, is known as Malakas and Maganda. And like I said, Malakas is the Tagalog word for strong, and Maganda is the Tagalog word for beautiful. All right, so in the beginning of time, there were three powerful gods who lived in the universe. One of them was Bathala, the god of creation and the ruler of the universe. He was known as the caretaker of Earth because he was so fond of it. Then you have Ulilang Kaluluwa, meaning orphaned soul, who is a huge serpent who lived in the clouds. And then the other one is Galang Kaluluwa, meaning dear soul. So Ulilang means orphaned, and then Galang is dear. And so Galang Kaluluwa is soul. It's is a winged god who loved to travel across space, and these three gods did not know each other for quite some time. So one day, Bathala sent a bird known as a tigmamanukan, down to Earth to fly over the sea. So the bird went down to fly over the sea because he wanted to just explore the Earth because he loved the Earth and he like was the caretaker of it. So he just sent a bird in there to like look at it. And the bird went and wanted to find a place to land, but all there was in this world was just water. So the bird, being frustrated at not finding anywhere to land, it flapped its wings very, very quickly and created a spark of lightning with how fast his wings were flapping. It created a spark of lightning, and the spark of lightning and thunder struck the water. And in this body of water came an island, and this was a world that was only of sea. And so now a lightning bird just struck the water and created land.
Lightning bird.
Yeah. All right. So you see, Bathala had a rival named Aman Sinaya, who is the goddess of the sea. Actually, let me show you guys a couple pictures while we're at it. So, oh, we're moving on to the next one. Hold on. Let me just show you guys this one. So these are the three gods. You've got Bathala, then you've got Ulilang Kaluluwa, and then you've got Galang Kaluluwa. Oh, actually, let me move my beautiful waifu. Oh, there we go. Wait,
Okay, I'm kind of in the way there.
there she is. So you can see, like, here's like an illustration of someone's
Those look really cool.
yeah. So this is the three of them. I'm trying to move things around. Sorry, guys. Give us a second. Technical difficulties for Daku here. There. But yes, so I just wanted to show you guys what they look like as we're telling the story here. My goodness, sorry guys. So many interruptions in the middle. I know, so rude. So rude of me. But as you can see, there it is. You've got the... What the fuck just happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, things are happening. I think I fixed it.
No.
This is my fault. I shouldn't have messed with
I'm trying to get a little Christmassy in here.
I know. It's trying to get Christmassy. All right, so you've got all three of the souls. And then Bathala had a rival named Aman Sinaya, who is the goddess of the sea. So let's show you what she looks like. So she is the goddess of sea.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Aman Sinaya, who is the goddess of the sea, she became furious at what he had done to the body of water, creating that island in it. So Aman Sinaya and Bathala sought to outdo each other by sending lightning, thunder, waves, and typhoons at each other. So because he sent a bird and the bird left some ground on an island in this body of water, now the goddess of the sea is angry with him, and now they're going into this war. It's this war, and so they're just like, she's like throwing typhoons at him, he's throwing lightning at him, so they have this big fight. And so sorry, I lost my notes. So Aman Sinaya sent storms to the heaven, and Bathala responded with boulders. So he would throw boulders down at Aman Sinaya, and those boulders actually is the island collection. It's the collection of islands that is now known as the Philippines. So when they were having this war, he was throwing these boulders in there, and that's what created the islands. So that's the story of the islands and how they came to be on Earth. And so they were locked in this battle for a very, very long time, day by day. And their battle resulted in creating islands, which became known as the Philippine Islands. And the battle was fierce and felt endless. And finally, a gentle wind deity known as Amihan did not want the continued destruction of the world, so she intervened to try and make peace. So after she appealed to both of them, Bathala and Aman Sinaya agreed to stop fighting, and that was the beginning of their friendship. So I'll show you what the wind deity looks like. So she was tired of them fighting and basically causing a destruction on Earth. And so she decided that she was going to try and appeal to them and try and stop this fight that they were having for so long. So that was the first battle. Not long after that battle, there was a giant serpent god who came down, which is Ulilang Kaluluwa. And he wanted to rule all of the skies and challenged Bathala for control of the universe. So this is the first time these two ancient gods finally crossed paths of the three. So they battled for only 3 days and 3 nights. But in the end, Bathala slew Ulilang Kaluluwa. And rather than bury Ulilang Kaluluwa in the land, rather than bury Ulilang Kaluluwa in the land, Bathala wanted to ensure that the serpent's god's defeat was permanent. So he burned him, leaving only ashes on the land. And Bathala was victorious and remained the sole god of the universe. So that was his second battle. He fought for 3 days, 3 nights. He managed to destroy Ulilang Kaluluwa, and instead of burying him, he burned his body and left only ashes.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Then a few years go by, and the third god, Galang Kaluluwa, wandered into Bathala's home. He welcomed the winged god with much kindness and even invited him to live in his kingdom. They became true friends and were actually very happy for many years. And so the thing with Galang Kaluluwa is he loved to travel. He wouldn't stay in one place. So he would travel constantly and then come back and he would just tell him about all of his journeys. And that's how their friendship came to be. He got to learn about what's out there while he's taking care of Earth, and that they became very fond friends. And so two of the ancient beings are now friends, and one of them has been slain.
Besties, right.
So, unfortunately, after time, Galang Kaluluwa became very, very ill. And so he spoke with Bathala and requested that when he died, he would be buried in the place that that Ulilang Kaluluwa died. So where the serpent god died, he wanted to be buried in that place. And so, did I show you guys? Hold on. Where are we at? Yeah. There we go. Sorry, you guys. And so he requested that when he died, he be buried in the place where the ashes were of Ulilang Kaluluwa. And so, being his oldest and most true friend, Bathala honored that request and buried his friend where Ulilang Kaluluwa was slain. And out of the graves of the two gods grew the very first coconut tree. The fruit of this tree was shaped like the head of his dear friend. And then the leaves on this tree look like his friend's wings. But then the thing that was holding both elements of his friends was this long tree that he did not like, and it actually resembled Ulilang Kaluluwa. So the serpent god's body became the trunk of the coconut tree, and then the coconut fruits and the coconut leaves became the wings and head of his dear friend, and they created the coconuts together. So Bathala decided it was time to create. He wanted to create a life in this place that he was so fond of. So first, he created bamboo trees on the islands. And then he sent Tigmamanukan, who is the bird, and he flew around and one day landed on a bamboo tree. It pecked at the tree and cracked it in half. And within the stalk there was on one half the first man, and on the other half of this is the first woman. So they were both in the coconut tree. They got split open, and in each side is Malakas and Maganda. Sorry, I lost my notes here. So the man with his mighty strength continued to open up this bamboo, and he stepped out and helped Maganda step out of the bamboo tree. And so they named the man Malakas because of his strength, and they named the woman Maganda due to her grace and her beauty. So Malakas was strong and brave, and he represented courage and leadership. Meanwhile, Maganda was graceful and wise, and she represented beauty and compassion. Malakas and Maganda were instructed by Bathala to care and nurture for this world. Life flourished under their care, and the world became a vibrant paradise. Together, they explored the earth and built a home together, and they took care of nature. As time passed, Malakas and Maganda's love for each other deepened, and they realized they were lonely without companions like themselves. They prayed to all the spirits, asking for more companions to share their love and responsibilities. And in response, Bathala planted two special bamboo shoots near their home. And from the first, just like from the first bamboo tree, um, more emerged from the bamboo tree. A group of strong and brave men came from one, and then the second bamboo gave birth to a group of strong, beautiful, and caring women. And
Wait,
together,
so the new ones are coming from bamboo, but the originals came from coconut, right?
no. The originals came from bamboo. So Bathala planted bamboo in the earth, and then the birds split that bamboo open, and Malakas continued,
Okay, I thought it was the
and they
coconut.
escaped. Nope, the
Sorry.
coconut was like that was the result of the
That was
of the
two
two
gods.
great, yeah, that was the two gods. But then after
Okay.
that, after he had lost his longest friend, his like, so he got lonely, so he decided, it's time to create, since he is the god of creation. So he created life on this earth. And so for him to create life,
Right.
he grew a bamboo shoot, and that bamboo shoot was cracked open by the bird, and out
No,
came
my
out the very
brain's just
first
silly. I
human.
thought he cracked the bamboo or the coconut tree, and I
Nope,
was like, oh,
it's the bamboo.
okay, that makes way more sense. Okay,
Yes, so
that's me. That's all me.
yes, so they came from bamboo, and then after some time, they requested for more people, and he sent two more bamboo trees, and there came the rest of the people. And together, all of them together, they formed strong communities. They focused on helping each other, and because of the compassion and shared, because of their togetherness and their community thrived and grew and grew and grew. And the story of Malakas and Maganda were passed on from generation to serve as a reminder that the blood in our veins comes from strength and beauty, and we are born from resilience and grace. Every day, we are reminded that we must care for each other and take care of the world as well. And together is what created this rich culture that we thrive in now. And together is what made us as a people who we are now. And so that is the story of Malakas and Maganda. So that was a story
I love
that was told before colonialism.
See, I like that one a lot more than the biblical version. It's a lot less incestuous. There's a lot more genetic variety happening.
Yeah. So,
No, that's so sweet. I like that.
in the
A little
16th
tragic, but ends
century,
up being really sweet.
yeah, so in the 16th century, during the Spanish colonialization, why can't I say this now? Colonization. Thank you.
Colonization?
Why was I struggling with that? Colonization. Sorry, I don't know what is happening here. I could not for the life of me get it out. And so the concept of Bathala, which is what we knew then, was then Bathala was known as the supreme creator, the god of creator, and all that stuff, right? And so it went through a very, very significant transformation to fit more of the Christian framework. So Bathala was then identified by the missionaries as the Christian god. And so instead of Bathala being a creature that's existed for so long with three friends, they're like, oh yeah, that's God. That's the guy that sent Jesus to earth to save them, So they basically took our creation story and modified it and made it fit more of the Christian morals. And so their story of creationism actually replaced our stories of creationism. And it's a really sad thing because I've mentioned before when we covered Mananangals. When we covered the Mananangals, which is my favorite, as you guys can see my little model down here, she's a Mananangal. But we learned that when the Spanish came and conquered, the very first things they did was burn any documents that we have of our written history. Anything that was a
Right.
story that they destroyed it. They destroyed our history and replaced it with theirs, you know? So it's really sad, but yeah, it's a
It's
beautiful
just
story.
ridiculous, dude.
And I really love this story because one thing I was talking to um, my husband about is I often feel like I'm going crazy because I'm so sensitive, and I put a lot of energy into my relationships. I really like, I go all out. And so
Right.
for me, that's just how I am. But the way I was raised, there's this thing in the Philippines known as utang na loob, which is like um, utang na loob, meaning if someone helps you, you you feel it so hard that you feel like you owe them back the same kindness. So utang na loob means
Right.
if someone treats you like if someone treats you with kindness, you treat them with kindness back. It's just so ingrained. And so for me, coming from a culture that had that as our way of like expressing our way of interacting, our way of like creating, it really was kind of like I did a lot of thinking about this. And it's kind of one of the reasons why I struggled so hard in high school, struggled so hard as an adult in keeping friendships, is because I put like a different level. Like some people would say it was like too much on my relationships. And I think it's because of how I was just raised where, like treat them how you want to be treated. And it's like something that gets reciprocated.
Right.
Like I know you
Right.
don't, but
It should.
because of how I was raised, it was like a reciprocation. And so coming to the United States where people are more independent based rather than community based, it
Right.
definitely like as I'm getting older and learning more and more about culture, learning more and more about how it affects you, how like there's the people say culture shock, and so for me, I'm learning more about myself and I'm learning more about my history, but it's also helping me understand why I feel certain things so much more deeply. And so
Right.
this story,
You're more empathetic.
yeah, and this story really reigns true because one of the things that like most people will know about Filipinos is Filipinos will help other Filipinos no matter where you are in the world. If you are someone in need and you're like there's a Filipino that knows you are in need, they will help you, or you kind of have perks of having a positive and more flourishing interaction if you're a Filipino interacting with a Filipino somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's just like
Right.
we help each other when we need to or when we can. No matter where we are on earth, we find a way to recreate our community and help each other.
Because
And
the
it's
community is still
just
there no matter the distance.
and so the story of Malakas and Maganda and how they are like kind of the symbol of that unity and that community, it really hit me home because, like I said, I didn't know about this creation story until I learned about it not too long ago and learned that our creation story is completely different. So, like I said, I've been doing a lot of research, and then I was researching my past in the Philippines with earthquakes, and that's around the time that I'm even more ingrained in my research on my own culture, and that's kind of what led me to this. And I thought it was a really, really great story. And I feel like it is a story that I wanted to tell because I feel like it, how do I say this? It makes an impression for others because we understand it. Like we understand
Yeah.
why. So I thought it was a beautiful story, and it definitely helped me feel,
I love that. Yeah.
yeah. So I really like this version of the creation
Like
story.
connected to your roots.
Oh yeah, and let me show you. I'm not done with the pictures either, you guys. So that's the beautiful Wind Maiden, and then that's him having the battle with the serpent god. So that's Bathala having a fight with the serpent
That's
god,
pretty epic.
and then this is Bathala meeting Galang,
Oh.
and then this is his friend after he buried him in the ash and the coconut grew. And
No.
there's the body of the serpent god, and then there's the head and wings of his friend. And then here comes Malakas and Maganda and the bird coming out of the bamboo.
That's really cool. I love that actually. That artwork is really, really neat.
Yeah, so this artwork, I
Oh.
okay, so this artwork, I have had so many situations where this like I've had how do I explain this? I've had like almost like have you ever had like lucid dreams? Like where you're awake and you're aware of what's
Yeah.
happening, but you're also
Well, I don't
like,
get. I've had
huh?
really vivid ones, but not lucid because I can't control them. But I
Well,
get really, really vivid ones.
yeah, so for me, I would a lot of the things that would come to my mind sometimes when I'm in that state, like when I'm thinking like this is the art style that my mind actually thinks of. This is the art
Oh,
style and I don't know where it started, but whenever I have like visions of like whenever you're in that dream state, like this is kind of what they like the it looks like in my brain, I guess. Would I can't explain it. But this
right,
is like because I was trying to figure out because there's a specific artwork that was just popping up to me constantly and I don't understand where it came from. And when I saw this one, the hair is a little different. Obviously, the style is a little more different with the way the hair is, but this is the closest to the art things that I have ever
right.
seen that's similar to that vision. I was trying to figure out where that came from, you
That's
know?
beautiful.
And I think it might be
Mhm.
somewhere. I need to look at my history books in the Philippines and see, or history of art and see what the
You said
artwork
maybe it's
is.
something from yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like it's weird because sometimes when I'm in that lucid state or when I decide to go in a trance to go into that lucid state, it looks like that and it's I don't understand where it came from or where it
Right.
started. So, that's the story of Malakas and Maganda. What did you think?
I loved it, even though my brain's silly, and I was like, "Oh, he split the coconut tree." Nope, just a ding dong. But no,
Mm-mm.
that was beautiful. Like I said, I like that a lot more than like the standard, like you said, like colonization, um, Catholic Christian. Because again, pretty incestuous in the original, not the original, but you know what I mean, like the Catholic Christian version of creationism. And this one's a lot makes more sense in a way because like you know it's not just
Well,
insanely incestuous
who
and like
okay,
they spring up more people.
so who was it in the Bible? There was someone in the Bible that was pretty much dead, but he was like I think he was thousands of years old and he was pretty much unable to move, but he was still providing so that they could make babies still. And so he would like he apparently had babies with his wife for so many years. And I'm just like that is crazy. I can't remember the
I
name of
say
the
no
guy.
Adam. I know of, but say Adam and Eve are the ones that I am mostly prevalent on in the creationist. And then you had Lilith, who was Adam's wife before Eve, depending on which thing you're looking at. Besides that, I don't know.
It was somewhere
I
in
don't think is it Jesus. I don't think it's
no. It was
because we're talking about creationism, and this is way before.
it's in Genesis. It's in Genesis, but there's a guy that still had that was like so old
As
and he was pretty much he would only like come to life to make more babies. I have to find the Bible verse, but the Bible's weird, you guys. There's some weird
you
shit in the
would think
Bible.
that me going to Catholic school for a couple years, I would know, but I have no idea. I didn't pay very much attention. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god.
May have not done well.
Yeah, for me I paid a lot of attention. Like I said, I was raised Christian. I was raised not
Right.
just Christian. I was raised Filipino Christian. And then I went to a Filipino
Right.
church for so long and so it's that yeah, it's that is
It's
crazy.
funny because I was many different flavors of Christian and or Catholic, depending on who my dad was married and or with at the time. But it didn't really stick, I guess. I don't know. I went to Catholic school and went to those like teenage church retreats where they have like these big concerts and it's like a weekend long of like, you know, gospel and stuff like that. I still just didn't really perforate my own dog in there. I'm like,
Yeah, I remembered a
know.
lot. Because as I got older, I would start taking notes on my Bible because other people would take notes in their Bible. So I would listen to the sermon and then I would take other notes in the Bible and I'd be like, okay. And so I literally like latched on to a lot of the things that I learned. So when people start talking about certain things, I'm all like, that's not what the Bible says. They're like, I thought you weren't religious. I'm like, I'm not, but I know a lot about it, even though I no longer practice.
Right.
I was pretty educated in it.
Thing in the sense of being able to like use that information. You know what I mean? Like you said, like use that information to refute or be like, really? Are you sure about that? Like, you know, especially now because people like to abuse, you know,
yeah,
what it says or whatever.
Oh, okay. So, well, should we take our final break before we get into the ghoulish bites and then figure out our ghoulish bites? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And again, I love that artwork. I think the artwork was
The
stunning.
artwork is
Very,
amazing.
very
I
cool.
really,
Yeah.
I need to write down the name of the artist and give the art, like his signature's on the artwork. You can see it in the corner right over here. But yeah, he's got like.
I love that. This kind of stuff is helping you like deep dive into your culture before colonization and things like that. I love hearing about it. So.
I absolutely love the story, and it resonated so much to me, and it also made me, like I said, do a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding why I am the way I am, why I've had complications in a lot of the relationships that I've had because my expectations were completely different. And people say, oh, culture doesn't really make a difference, but it actually kind of does.
It does.
It really does make it does make a complication sometimes because there's certain things that I can't expect them to understand because they weren't it wasn't in their they weren't raised day to day with it. And so it's one of those things that's kind of helping me.
It's a lot less connected, I feel like, in America specifically.
Like I said, it's very individualistic here.
Like some European places. But
very, very individualistic here. And we can tell that with how things are being handled right now in this country. And how, people, We'll go and take a break, you guys, and we'll get into the ghoulish bite.
All that.
We'll stay thick.
And you stay spooky.